Kitchen at Westminster for another episode of Saving Time. This week, I mean, come on, if you grew up, at about the general same time as I did, you grew up in a household where Hamburger Helper showed up in a box and it was a miracle product and everybody was on board. And you know what? We guilty love it. I mean, it's tasty, it's all these things, but ultimately it's expensive and truly we don't know what's in it. Okay? Having said that, let's make our own. So basic, same sort of concept, hamburger, pasta, cheese, tomatoes, all the good things that we love about Hamburger Helper, homemade. Okay? All good ingredients, all things we know and recognize. Easy peasy. We're going to start with 1 pound of ground beef, just like the box. We're going to brown it. I've got mine already in the pot and ready to put on the stove. And we're just going to brown that. And so you'll do, 10 minutes kind of thing. While it's browning, start chopping up 1 onion and mince a clove of garlic. By the time your beef is browned, you're going to have your veg ready to add to the pot. I'll come back when the beef's ready and we'll switch it up. The beef is browned and I've been all of like maybe 5 minutes here. And I forgot to say before, ground beef is on sale this week. So until Wednesday, I wrote this down so I'd get it right, June 15th at Zehrs for $3.49 a pound. Great buy. And it's really lean. Like I have hardly any accumulated fat in here. Use a slotted spoon and we mostly want whatever fat you've got in there so that when we brown our onion and garlic, it's there. I have so little, I might add some butter. Also, I like to add butter. You don't have to. If you want to save your butter for some other purpose and your beef is as lean as mine, just put a little bit of olive oil or something in the pot just to make sure that your onion and garlic are going to be okay. I have mine cut up and ready here and under my fancy lid as I was showing you before. So just 1 onion, 1 clove of garlic, all diced up nice and small, and that makes kids happy if you're a family. These kids, they don't like the big pieces of onion. They get weirded out by them, right? It's true, it's true. If you can hide them, hide them. I've got a little bit of juices in there, so I may be not going to need that. Now, I'm going to grab a wooden spoon at this point, all of it in there. Whoop, did you see that one jump? I did. Out of the corner of my eye. I'll find it later. So that's in. Now we're going to put this on and just saute it until it's coming up soft, maybe about 5 minutes. And I'll send that back over here. There we go. Just medium heat, medium high. You know your own stove. Oh my gosh, my oven at home broke last night. I know. You can imagine, Shannon's face is like, because this is a big deal in my house for the oven to be out of commission. Luckily, my husband is a handy guy and has already sourced the issue, and we'll have it fixed by the time I'm home tonight. Unbelievable. Bottom element, just gone. Like, what am I going to do, broil everything? Right? Stuff happens. This is life. This is the way it goes, but still, yikes.
Or you could rent the kitchen at Westminster.
Or I could rent the kitchen at Westminster. I already thought it, Shannon, because I had big plans for, I'm going to turn that down a little. I was thinking I was going to bake some muffins this morning because the rhubarb's growing beautifully. And so I had rhubarb muffins, and then I thought, I can't broil them, so I gave myself the morning off. Well, that's brownie. Get yourself some beef broth. I had these on hand, so you want 2 cups of beef broth. If you don't have anything like that on hand, you can get the carton containers, the closable ones, the Tetra Pak things, at No Frills this week for $1. So, I mean, $1. No brainer. You need 2 cups. And if you're using one of those, you're only going to use half of it. Stick the other half in the fridge. You'll find a place for it. You need that. We're going to use 1 cup of tomato sauce eventually. I always buy this because it's in the nice glass jar and I feel better about things if I go that way. It's always right around $2 a bottle. So, I mean, again, it's pretty easy. We're not going to use anywhere near all of it. Measure out 2 cups of macaroni, so the elbows, or if you think your family's going to like it better, just because it's more interesting, get some of the small shells. Okay, so the shells or this, nothing too heavy or it's not going to stick to it the same. And we need salt and pepper, paprika, if you're gathering things up, eventually we're gonna need 2 cups of grated cheddar and half a cup of cream. We can grate the cheddar later when the rest of it's cooking. I think these are coming along just nice. They look good already. I don't care about getting a lot of color on them, I'm just looking to soften them up. And if you make your dice small enough, that'll happen. We need, and I measured this off mostly just because my flour bin, you've seen it here, it's huge. I needed 2 tablespoons. I thought, I'm just gonna measure it out. 2 tablespoons of flour. Don't use cornstarch this time, use flour. And because we're gonna blend it right into our onion and garlic and get a bit of a roux happening, then we're gonna blend in the broth and the tomato sauce. Do you see how easy this is? Honestly, you can, like, I don't really know how the box thing would be any better. So now dump your flour in and just stir it around so that it's coated. You want it to be a nice thick kind of looking paste. It's gonna absorb all the liquid in there. If you added oil, it's just eating it up. There you go. And now your beef broth, 2 cups, straight in. It's gonna sizzle. There. And as soon as that comes to a boil, then we can start adding our tomato sauce. And I think that's it for now, just to get our sauce going. And then we're gonna cook the macaroni right in our sauce. This is a good make-ahead meal. So if you had time in the morning and you wanted to get it ready, maybe assign the task of sticking it in the oven to someone else later, go for it. Only difference would be, if you're going to do it that way, cook the macaroni separately, just al dente, and rinse it with good cold water so that it doesn't eat all the sauce while it sits, because otherwise it will, right? Pasta, rice, they eat everything up on you. So the make-ahead variation is on the menu, on the recipe at the end of the video. So if you didn't just catch that, you'll read it at the end. You'll see. It's just a slight difference. Give your passata a little shake if that's what you're using. If the lid is tight on a jar, slap it on the bottom. Watch. Pop. Works every time. Slap the bottom and there it goes. Don't ask for help, right? My pride will be my undoing. We need 1 cup. So just do that, there you go. And that's nice and thick. I like this, and now put that in the fridge and you've got it to add to anything else you're doing. It's so handy. If you buy a can, you can't do that, can you? Like, this is so easy. And then you've got a nice jar. This is a good sized jar for who knows what. Something's gonna be handy with that. Once we've got this at a boil, it's almost there. I can turn it up a little bit now. So we're bringing that to a boil, and then let me just see. Then our tomato sauce, salt, pepper, paprika. Give it a stir, dump in our pasta. We're almost done. Like, if you have, as soon as we dump that pasta in, we're gonna start grating your cheese and setting the table. Dinner's that close. Easy, easy. Why do we need a help? Our hamburger helper, the box, I'm not sure what the help was. This is so straightforward. I mean, we sliced and diced our onion and garlic, but really, did you want whatever powdery stuff they put in those boxes? Not really. This is nice. This is really nice. I can tell this is boiling, so I'm turning it back down now. And I'm gonna add my sauce. And in it goes. Just don't waste any, but also don't be too OCD about it like I'm being. And now a little bit of salt and pepper. Probably, I don't know, a half teaspoon of salt. Maybe a teaspoon if you like it. You can add it at the table. About a teaspoon of pepper. And about a teaspoon of paprika. If you don't have any paprika, we're just looking to give it a little bit of heat, a little bit of zip. So you could always use a tiny bit of chili powder if that's what you've got on hand. So be creative, chipotle, anything like that. You're just looking to give it a little kick. Not much. This is a family-friendly meal. If you go too spicy, your kids are gonna be like, oh, I'm not sure I want that. That's not like Hamburger Helper, right? You want them to think you bought the box because that's what they like. They like the box. Trust me on this one. 3 kids, I know. I know about the need. So give that a good stir. Everything's in there, looking great. And now we're going to add the pasta. Cover and cook just until the pasta is tender. So I mean, we could be looking at 10 minutes max, 15, no way, barely. We're just looking to cook that. And that's why you want the small shells or the elbows, because they cook faster. You're dumping it in, you got 2 cups there, okay? And you can always buy a bag of pasta at No Frills for like $1.20 or something like that. It's really cheap. So in the she goes. There we go. And give it a stir through. And then we're gonna cover it and let it simmer, like I say, 10-15 minutes max. We'll come back when that pasta's cooked. Great, pasta's cooked. Set it off the heat for a moment and grab your 2 cups of grated cheddar. Dump it in there. Just dump it in. It's hot. It's going to melt in the pot. Get that in there, and half a cup of cream. Okay. If for some reason you think it needs a little more cream, by all means, add a little more cream. If you don't have cream, using the evaporated milk would be fine. Give this a stir until that cheese is melted. Look at how tasty this looks. You know what else? If you didn't have cream or evaporated milk, if you put like, I guess, half a cup worth of sour cream in there, plus it would give it a little interesting tang, and it would be a fine substitute, okay? So don't even think about that business. And now we're going to return the beef that we've had setting out. Scoop it all in there. This is going to be great. If you haven't already set the table or yelled at someone else to, it's time to do that. We're going to set this back on the stove just to let all those flavors heat through together. We're talking 3 minutes, okay? We're just going to move it over there, warm that beef back up again. I was worried that the pot holder would be stuck. Can you imagine? Wouldn't that be something? Back over there, give it a little bit of heat, just low. That meat hasn't been off the burner for long, so give it a stir. Once again, I'm not sure why we needed the help of the box. This has been too easy. Dead easy, stupid easy. Shannon knocks it all my degrees of easy. This is all of them. This is as easy as it gets. Okay, I'll see you in just a minute and we'll plate it up. And you know what? We did this whole meal beginning to end in less than 30 minutes. That's how easy this is. Those boxes, Hamburger helper. How much help do we need? We could have done this with our hands tied behind our back practically, just bossing around some kids. This comes together under $15, okay? By the way, cream is on sale this week at Freshco for $2.99 a liter, which is a really good price. And the bricks of cheddar cheese, mozzarella, any variety of Armstrong cheese is on sale at No Frills this week for $4.49, which again, great buy. So simple. I've got just a tiny bit of compost there, hardly anything, my onion and garlic waste. That's coming back to us as more food. You know it will. I'm going to show you what it comes back as here soon as my garden grows. And what else have we got here? I told you the 15th. Please, if you're enjoying these recipes, like the video, subscribe to the Westminster Orangeville channel, hit the little bell so you know when we're back again in a week's time. Pay attention. These are good recipes, and you know what? Food is expensive. So we could all use a little help. Look how nice this is. Here you are, homemade hamburger helper, easy peasy, just like the box, only it's real food, right? It's real food, no processed stuff in there. This is a good meal. I'm going to share it with the family here locally and let them enjoy homemade hamburger helper. I know you're going to make it for your family soon. Make it this week. You're going to love it. Take good care, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.